So let's begin coming onto the yoga mats. Bolsters right in behind the back and ease the body down. Extra prop for the head if you need it to bring the chin down, elongate the back of the neck. Arms out comfortably wide, turn the palms up, gesture of openness and receiving. Feel the underarm region open, chest open, belly open, all the way down to the front hips. Down through the legs and into the feet. Backs of heels hip distance and let the feet drop away. And then give yourself this moment, scanning through the body, making any last minute adjustments you feel necessary. Aiming to balance, realign physically, and once you're as balanced as you can be, simply drop in. Drop into stillness, drop into the quiet, the calm. Notice what's here. Next exhale for you, push out through the heels, stretch up through the back of the legs. We're going to bend the legs up this morning, Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together, let the knees drop away. Reach the arms back and reach for the elbows. We take hold, and as we breathe in, elbows pull long. Feet press together, push down, push long. Exhale, soften. Inhale, stretch, elbows pull long, feet press long. Exhale, soften. Continuing this way. Last exhalation for you. Firm the lower belly. Hold the breath out. Change the grip on the elbows to your unnatural side. We change the grip on the elbows. We change our focus. Bring a slow, steady breath in. Count the duration. Pause at the end of that breath. Rest into gap. Slow breath out. Same duration as the inhale. And pause. Hold the breath out. So continuing in this way in your time. Slow breaths in and out of the body. Balancing those inhales and exhales to the same count. Subtle gaps at the end of each breath. Aiming to lengthen and deepen the breaths if we can. No forcing, so gushing or pushing of the breath. Try to minimize that, keep it steady. Balance from beginning to end. Subtle gaps could also lengthen if you wish to, so instead of that pause between the breaths, maybe you can hold the breath in and out for half the duration of the actual breath. If you've been working pranayama, the control of the breath for quite a while, then lengthen the gap of the breath to half, 3/4, or eventually the same length as the actual breath. Opening into the breaths where you can. last exhalation for you, wherever you're on it. Keep breathing out slow and deep, as long as you can, full exhalation. And then just keep breathing out, out, out till there's nothing left. Once you get to that point, then when the body's ready to breathe in, the arms stretch out long and invite the breath in. Feel how the body really pulls the next inhale in. Then sweep the arms down around beside you. Give yourself a moment, surrender completely. If legs are sore, bend them up. Slide off the bolster slightly if the back's not easy in it. Arms are down beside you, shoulders should be easy, back of neck long. Just give yourself a moment, surrendering over the bolster. Enjoy the feeling of being opened through the body, the legs. Adjust them if they're sore, do what you need to. And exhale fully, firm the lower belly. Any back issues, roll to your right side to come up. Otherwise, slide the elbows back, roll all the way up to sit. Once you're up, legs out into a longer diamond shape. Roll the crown of head towards the heels and just surrender down and in. Round the back, counter pose being over the bolster. Rolling into flexion and just let yourself surrender. Chin in and up to notch your throat. Protect the neck. If there's pulling, you can prop the hands and support the head if it's too heavy. Pulling at the lower back, if you've gone deep and there's a pulling, sacroiliac joints through the lower back region, then pull out a little bit, don't go so deep. Broaden across middle back, upper back. Feel length and stretch through the entire length of the spine, not just in the neck and lower back. So adjust until you feel more through the entire back body. And then slow the breaths in and out. Any releasing occurring, any softening. Exhale fully, firm the lower belly. Roll the back up, vertebra by vertebra. Hold around those shins or knees, pull against the arms. Stretch and lengthen. Once you're upright, then tilt the right ear down. Feel the left ear being lifted. Create length, not jamming down on the right, but lifting on that left side. Inhale, head center, second side, left ear down, right ear up. But again, feel you're being lifted on the right side, not jamming down on the left. Chin in, ribs in. Inhale, the head centers. Bring the chin around to your right shoulder. Tuck it down and in. Continue pulling against the arms so you create that resistance for the stretch. And then slowly bring the chin down, center chest. Nice and slow. Once you're centered, keep the chin pressing in and back or in and up. Elongate through the back of the neck. And inhale, lift to neutral. Second side, chin around to the left. Tuck down and in. Feel the rotation. Keep pulling against the arms. Resistance for the stretch. And then slowly the chin down to center chest. And again, keep the chin pressing in and back or in and up to notch your throat. Inhale, lift the head to neutral. Once you do, bring the right leg up, swing the right foot back behind you, lean across to the left, and push this right hip flexor quad forward. So if it's not enough stretch, you might want to go straight up, adjusting and come straight up off the bolster, or just stay off to the side, angling at that different angle this morning, opening the hips and quads. And then change it over, right leg flips back to the diamond shape, but then the left foot, move it wider, knees across to your right, grab that left ankle, pull it back at a bigger angle, opening that hip and quad. Again, if it's not enough stretch, go straight up into it, opening up higher to where you can, feeling where that angle opens for you. Left foot flips back to the diamond shape, and again, knees across to the left. Right foot, pull it back, opening up along that right leg again, quad and hip, tailbone tucking, lengthening into it. Again, right foot back to the diamond shape, knees across to the right, left ankle foot, bring it back, opening the angle up on this left side. And the tailbone tucking, lower back lengthening. And then when you're ready, come back to center, sit the buttocks up on the edge of your bolster, giving yourself that bit of height, and then soles the feet together, let the knees drop out, Baddha Konasana. Once you're here, right hand off to the side, left arm up and lean across. Push away from the right hand, opening that left side body, breathe into it. Ribs widening, opening, stretching this left arm over, lengthen the breath. Top arm, sweep it down, left hand wide, right arm over. Making sure this right buttock doesn't hit sharp. Feel the elongation, so push away from the left hand as the right arm stretches. Make sure you're not falling out in the back. Front ribs down and in. Slow the breath. Top arm sweeps down, around into your twist, around to your right. Shoulders, chest around, looking back as much as you can. So with the buttocks up on the bolster, you shouldn't be falling away. Keep the spine upright, arm behind you, that support to keep the body tall. Encourage the shoulder back, the chest back, looking back. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Face forward, inhale, body follows. Sweep around to your left, second side. Shoulders and chest coming around. And again, not falling away. Hips are propped up so the knees are dropping down, not falling out in the lower back. Keep the body upright as we rotate. Encouraging that left shoulder, left chest back. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Face forward, body follows all the way to the right again. So we can get this mobilization. Exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Face forward, centering around, second side. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Face forward, body centers. Bring those knees up. Once you've got them up together, left leg out long. Left arm wrap around right leg, right hand behind you. If that's easy, take the left arm up. Lean across to the right and bring the arm outside edge of the leg if you can get it there. Twisting, looking back around behind this right shoulder. So wrapping or outside edge of the leg, twist and rotate. Chest around, shoulder back. Feel the back rotate, the belly rotate. Last exhale, squeeze the breath out. And then face forward, releasing out of the twist. Second side, left leg in, right leg long. Right arm wrap, left hand behind. Again, if it's easy, then take the arm up. Lean, reach outside edge of the leg. Arm and leg press against each other, resisting. Rotate. So again, shoulder around, chest back. The belly in the back, feel where the rotation moves through your whole torso. And exhale fully, squeeze the last breath out. Face forward, body follows. Flip the right foot back. Can we flip the left foot back? We did legs individually previously. Can you bring both legs back at the same time? Keeping the pelvis up on the bolster. If that's not possible, do individual, but see if you can do both. Could you ease your body back onto the equipment? Keep lifting the pelvis, tucking the tailbone, easing all the way back. If it's easy, reach for the elbows and hold. If you know you could get your body flat to the mat, then take the bolster out from behind you and go flat to the mat. Work it where you can this morning. Reaching back, holding the elbows when you're ready to. And slow breaths in and out. Change the grip on the elbows, unnatural side if you're holding. And again, slow the breaths. Stretch out long behind you if you're holding the elbows. Bring them down beside you. Can you press onto the soles of the feet, the heels, push, lift yourself up, or walk the hands further back. Bring the body all the way up. Bring those legs out in front. Give them a rub down, a shake down. Wherever you feel you need to. Rub them down, shake them out. Roll shoulders, mobilize neck. Do whatever you need to for a moment. After having the legs bent back, notice how those quads feel. Keep massaging, mobilizing. And then when you're ready, just sitting tall on the bolster and some full shoulder rotations. Mobilize the body with it as well, or just the shoulders, your choice. Inhale, upward motion. Exhale, downward motion. Opposite direction in your time. And then let the shoulders drop. Shoulder shrugs, lift them to the ears, and exhale, drop. You might like to make some sounds, sigh the breath out as you do. One more. Once the shoulders drop, bend the legs in. Coming up to stand, pull the bolster up between the legs. You're going to be in a forward fold. So bolster squeezes in, inner ankles, inner calves, inner knees, inner thighs. Squeeze in, walk the hands out in front, body length in front, and just hold into the stretch. Inner ankles, inner legs activated. If you run a hand up along the outer edge of the leg, you should feel the outer edge of the hips and glutes aren't working. The legs are switched off. Is the inside to the leg active? Notice how this feels for you this morning. Slow breaths in and out. Make sure you're not falling to the outer edge of the feet because you've got something between the legs and feet. Neck long, chin tucked in and up, spine long. Maybe the bolster's pushing it up under the abdominal region, into the diaphragm region. Can you pull the spine any longer from that point? Then exhale fully. Pull the bolster out along the yoga mat. Walk your hands forward, feet back. Can the crown of the head rest into the bolster in a downward facing dog? Notice that I'm making sure the neck isn't jamming, so chin in and up. The crown of head pressing down and in towards the bolster. If it doesn't connect, don't worry about it, but if it does, notice it's a therapeutic approach to your down dog. So if you had headaches, it's a nice way to just help release tension out of the head. Letting the crown of the head rest into the bolster. Slow the breaths wherever you're in your posture. Calming and deepening of the breath. Calming the nervous system. Head resting if possible, mind quietening. Can you feel the body awakening, strengthening as you hold? If you need a rest, come onto the knees and have a rest for a few moments. Back up to down dog when you're ready to. Just feeling is there engagement. Especially if the forehead is resting and crown of head is resting. Does it help you just to feel a calming? A sense of balancing? Exhale fully, gently lower to your knees. Bring the knees into the back end of the bolster and squeeze in. Once you're squeezing in, dip and roll through the spine. Gentle dip, looking up. If you're frowning, look down. Roll the spine as you exhale, look into navel, chin in and up. In time with your breaths. Inhales, dipping the spine, just pulling through, opening up. Exhale, rolling the spine, looking in. Slow breaths, slow movements in time with those slower, deeper breaths. No rush. Opening through the body in your time. Next time you're looking at your navel, stay there. Once you're back looking at the navel, breathe across the upper back. Push the hands down, the knees squeeze in and push down, feet press down. Chin in and up, roll that back, breathe into that space, open it up. Then big toes touch, take the knees wide, take the buttocks back to the heels, pull the bolster in underneath the body and rest onto it. Stack the hands so the forehead could be centered, chin tucked, or turn the head to one side, whatever feels right for you. Feel your front body connect onto something, that bolster, cushions, whatever you've got, and feel how nurturing it is. Give yourself this time, enjoy it just to be. It's not about doing, it's about being. Surrendering into the moment. Are you able to? If you have got your head turned to one side, then turn it to the other. Balance off the neck. If it's the unnatural side, be careful of the neck if it's stiff. Exhale fully, firm the lower belly, center the head if it's not. Roll the back up, vertebra by vertebra. Chin tucked all the way. Coming up to kneeling at the back end of the mat. Just give yourself a moment once you're upright. Especially with that energy pulled away from the bolster, with the forehead was resting, the energy pulled away. Notice how that feels. And then when you're ready, simply turn the bolster, put it across the yoga mat. Come up onto hands and knees and place the forearms against the back of the bolster. So when you do your down dog, your forearm's going to be pressing into one end of the bolster. Tuck the toes, lift off the knees, and in your downward facing dog, forearms pressing against the bolster. Notice what you feel. Notice is there more weight coming over the hands? Not dropping so far back into the body? Does it change the shape of your down dog? Just notice these feelings, breathing into them, adjusting around them where you need to. You need to bring the body more forward, shoulders come broader, chin in and up, back of neck long in line with the rest of the spine. And then either push the bolster back so it's more underneath the hips now, or walk hands and feet forward so the bolster's more underneath the hips. And then once you've got that alignment, right leg up in the air behind you. Lift it and stretch it out. Bring the knee to the nose, shoulders above wrist. Clear the bolster and step the right foot over the bolster. Left knee down on the other side. Put the hands up on the bolster. Pull the right toes up. Stretch up the back of this right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, your split position. Keep lifting the chest, tucking the chin in. Feel where that length is, opening into it. And then we're going to mobilize it. Let the foot come down flat. Sink into the lunge. Hands could come forward in front or beside the feet, dropping through the hips and pelvis some more. When you're ready, walk the hands back again or pull the toes up. Tilt the buttock back, stretch back long, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, the foot comes down flat, hands each side of the front foot, sinking in deep. Bring the pelvis forward, bringing that left thigh forward. Again, walking the hands in, pulling the toes up, stretch back long, Ardha Hanumanasana. Feeling where that length is, looking back towards hips, pelvis. If you're twisting or swiveling, you're tight. Square off, balancing as much as you can. Forward again, sinking through, finding where the balance is, where the opening is, into this low lunge. Stay here, keep breathing into it. Can we roll the upper back more, tuck the chin in some more. Up onto fingertips perhaps, creating more broadness and roundness through the upper back. Left hand, bring it flat to the mat, shoulder and wrist stack. Tuck the toes, lift off the back knee. Could you take the right arm up, twist, look up to that hand, open up. If it's easy, long arm beside the ear, chest and face turning up. Push away from the feet. Exhale, bring the hand down inside edge of right foot. Turn the toes out, knee out, left knee, thigh back down. You can bring the bolster along the yoga mat, pull it around, go inside edge of that right foot. Forearms, elbows into the bolster and sink in as deep as you can. Toes out, knee out. Make sure the right foot is forward of the knee. Lengthen through. Surrendering in, lengthening forward and down. Slow the breath. Feelings of this stretch, where is it for you? If you look back to the pelvis, again make sure you're not falling out, rolling out to the side. Square up. Pull the chest through, the spine long. Shoulders back, back of neck long. Hold the head up, not hanging off one part of the neck. Exhale fully, walk the hands in again. Pull the bolster in across underneath the leg again, or underneath the pelvis, across the bottom, across the mat. Up onto the higher end of the bolster, and see if you can slide the right leg away. Sit your pelvis on top of bolsters, cushions, blocks, whatever you've got. See if you can get down any deeper onto the equipment. Lengthening in where you can. Notice how that feels, or hands on the floor and just Ardha Hanumanasana, your half split, or the pelvis onto the equipment if you can get that deep. Easing into it, you can walk the hands forward, lengthening down that front right leg. Notice where the stretch is. What's the feeling for you? Exhale fully. Can we walk the hands in? Swing out to your right and bring the left leg around, so you're now sitting on top of the bolster. Soles of feet or toes turn out, knees out wide, hands at prayer position, thumbs on the center chest, and try and pull the spine up tall. So if you're falling away, rounding out through the back, move the feet maybe further in front, pull the body long. We want to be an extension through the spine, not rolling out in flexion. Thumbs on the sternum as much as you can, chin tucks in and up. Try to keep pulling the spine forward and up. Then take the right arm up, left arm wide and down, reach the left fingertips down for the floor, right arm up and look back to it. Keep lifting the chest forward, opening it up. And then hands back to prayer position, heart center. Arms and legs resist each other for a moment. Second side, left arm up, right arm wide and down. Right fingertips reaching for the floor, left arm up and back. Keep pressing right arm and leg against each other. Left arm opening, chest opening. Heart center. This time round your upper back out behind you, tuck your chin in. And then as if you could reach down for the ankles or hands out in front of you and just roll the crown of head down towards the floor. Walking the arms as much as you want in front, rolling down as if you're taking crown of head towards the yoga mat. Keep the feet pressing into the yoga mat. Where's the lengthening for you? Push into the feet, lift the buttocks up off the bolster. Step your feet over the bolster and you're back into your down dog. Readjust it. Take a moment, lift the body. Stretch back and lengthen. So you want to be able to clear the bolster, so again make sure it's below the hip alignment or towards your feet. And then when you're ready, left leg's going up, straight out behind you, stretch it. Knee to nose, shoulders above wrist. Could the left foot clear the bolster and come into your low lunge. Right knee down, left foot in front. But then we're pulling the toes up. We're going into that Ardha Hanumanasana. So hands each side of the foot, up onto the bolster, pull back and lengthen up the back of that left leg. Again, if you look back towards the right leg or the pelvis, make sure you're not swiveling. So balance off where you can. And mobilize it, left foot coming back down, sinking in deep, hands each side of that front foot and right thigh pelvis dragging forward. Again, adjusting it back, pull the toes up, hands up on the bolster again, tilt back. Again, feeling where the stretch, the lengthening is for you. Foot comes down flat, sinking forward. Again, pulling back. Finding the balance, finding the stretch of the back of that left leg. Breathing into the feeling. Foot comes flat, sinking in deep, staying in this one. Bring that right thigh hip forward, pulling long. As you do, come up onto fingertips, round the upper back. Can we get more broadness, more lengthening, opening? Then right hand flat, shoulder and wrist stack. Tuck the toes, lift off the back knee. Could the left arm open up, twist up. Breathe into it if it's easy, long arm beside the ear. And then exhale, circle the arm down the inside edge of that left foot. Toes out, knee out, shuffle the foot longer. Pull the bolster round long on the inside edge of that left foot and come down onto the forearms, onto the bolster, easing into the stretch, deepening in where you can. Again, if you look back towards the hips and pelvis, check you're not falling away. Feeling where the length comes through. Try to create stretch and lengthening through these hips, legs, glutes. Exhale fully, walk it all the way back in. Pull the toes up, pull the bolster in underneath the legs, across the mat again. And then slide it long this time. Can you sit the pelvis onto the bolster equipment? Go up on the higher end where you need to, opening into this split position. Slide it long. Extra props support under the pelvis if you need. Lengthen through to where you can, finding the stretch, finding the opening. Just lengthen into it. Ease the body in. Exhale fully, release it out, lean out to the left, swing that right leg around. You're sitting up on the bolster, but then just slide the bottom forward. Take the legs out wide, bring the bolster around in front. Have it at an angle so you can lean your body forward and rest your forehead into the bolster. So if your bolster is quite soft, you might need to prop it, hold it, put blocks in under it. Support it so you can lean into it. You want to get the weight of the forehead into the bolster. If you sit wide legs and you fall out, round out in the lower back, prop something under the buttocks, the pelvis. So we're not falling out, you're tilting forward, anterior tilt of the pelvis. Wide legs, opening the inner legs, but we want the forehead to be able to rest. Chin in and up, make sure back of neck is long. And just let yourself surrender forward. And noticing as soon as you're here and you can settle, what are the feelings? If you feel you want to take it deeper, then just do a lower lean with the bolster. But really just let the weight of the head, chin tucked, protect the neck, spine tilting, surrendering onto the bolster. So we're resting the nervous system. Can you let your body drop in? If it wants to go further, and again you need to take a lower angle, shuffle the buttocks back or move the bolster further in front so you're not tilted so high. As you feel the body wanting to drop in more, make sure that chin stays tucked, protecting your neck. Adjust the body back or bolster forward wherever you need to. When you're ready, exhale fully. Coming up off the bolster, nice and slow. Give yourself a moment to sit tall. And notice once that bolster's dropped away from the forehead, just give yourself a moment. Notice these feelings. The spine rebalancing back in its upright position. The head rebalancing, aligning above the shoulders, centered on the neck. Give yourself time feeling what happens back down through the body. Recalibrating, balancing back down. Slow, calm breaths. Notice if you're holding tensions anywhere, can you let them drop away? Ready, just maybe lift the bolster if it's in the way. Lift the left foot across to that inner right thigh. Put the bolster on the inside edge of that right leg. Put the back of the right arm holding the bolster. Left arm out diagonally behind you. The bolster's pushing right into the right ribs, so pushes the ribs out to the left. Reach the left arm up and over and find the stretch. So you might need to bend the right leg up a little, press the inner right leg against the bolster, back of right arm against the bolster. Make sure the left body and hip stays anchored down, sideways long, ribs open, left arm stretching. The arm then sweeps down, simply change the legs. Take that left leg out long again. Put the bolster across to the inside of your left leg. Right leg bended across. Right foot to the inner left thigh. Back of left arm holds the bolster in there. Right arm wide, open across the chest. And then bring the arm up and over. Bend that left leg up slightly. Press the inner left leg against the bolster. Back of left arm against the bolster. Stretching and breathing. Really try and open up this right side rib cage. And exhale, the arm sweeps down. Once you've released down, put the bolster across the yoga mat. Drape the knees over the bolster. So bolster across the mat, drape the backs of the knees over the bolster. Extra layers if you're cold, put them around you, over you, on you, and ease your body down. Give yourself a moment to rest down. Palms turn up, feet dropped away, and the backs of the legs resting over the equipment. Notice how that feels through the back body. Notice is there balance from shoulders to hips, hips down over the legs, over the bolster, balanced or different, what do you feel? Give yourself a moment here, surrendering, softening. Is there a quietening? As soon as you come down to rest, is there a stillness and a quietening? Resting down. Noticing any sensations in the body. Notice if you're holding tension or tightness anywhere in the body. Scanning through, trying to surrender, letting go. wandering out to thoughts and sounds, can you bring it back to breath? And we're just giving yourself these few more moments. When you're ready, start to slow and deepen the breaths. Rub thumbs and fingers, wriggle toes. Open, close hands and flex feet back and forth. Circle joints, ankles and wrists, full rotations. Opposite direction in your time. And stretch the arms up and over, reach out long, and sigh and soften. Twice more, stretch on the inhale, soften on the exhale. Last stretch for you, then bend the legs up, roll to your right, give yourself a moment there. And moving slowly, coming up to sit when you're ready. Easy cross the legs, prop the hips up on the bolster if you need to. Give yourself a moment. So if those knees are higher, sit on the bolster, let them drop. Sitting tall, thumb and first finger connect. Palms turn up. Chin tucks in and up. Feel the body, lift it to neutral. And then be still. Close the eyes down. Focus in towards middle chest, Anahata chakra. Be here. The graciousness of being in the moment. Next inhale, wide arms, sweep them up. Connect the hands together and touch to the forehead. As we move through life with thoughtfulness. Touch the hands to the lips. As we move through life, we have kind words. And hands to the heart. As we move through life, we have compassion. And we have kindness. Namaste. Fold forward, stretch long, surrender. Be still or rock it out, your choice. And then roll it up, and finishing in your time.